Good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas day number 8. Taking in this beautiful sunrise. Literally just woke up, so you're not going to see my face in this. But also, I just thought it was such a pretty shot. And take a look at my crystal collection. It was a full moon yesterday, so I had to put out my little crystals to get recharged. But just the crystals with the backdrop, perfection. Let's get into today. So it looks like the elves were up to their stuff, letting us know 17 more days. Thank you all for the reminder. My poor kid, she was like not having it. I don't blame her. It's early in the morning and she's off track. She just wants to be able to sleep, but I promised her after today and Tuesday's practice that I'll let her just chill and enjoy the rest of her vacation or off track season because it is too early for this. Like, I totally agree with that. So I just want her to at least experience her first concert and kind of, you know, get through that and have that little memory for herself. But if basketball ends up being the way she goes, then that's the way she ends up going. So yeah, I'm gonna get back home, back to work. I feel like all I do is work now, but I promise that's not the case. I do have a life post work. It's so hard with Vlogmas because of time change, and by the time I'm off work, it's already getting or is dark, so depending on the time I log off. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the views, especially with this weather, because I heard on the news this morning that I guess it's supposed to be raining later this evening. Unfortunately for us, we're gonna be driving to the other side of town for it, through it, because of our friends' little holiday get together that we're doing. So just hopefully it's not like really bad rain, but. How was band?
I'm just talking about Walmart.
Yeah, they open at 8. So I'm assuming band went good. It's early. Okay, so since this is taking longer than expected, I ended up having a meeting that I had not remembered I had until I got the little 15-minute pop-up. And then I have another one, I believe, right now at 9 o'clock with my boss. So I stopped over here at Mickey D's to get Janessa a quick bite to eat, just because by the time I'm out of all my meetings, I have kind of back-to-back this morning as well, and I don't want her waiting on me. So did a quick mobile order, just next in line here to get it, and then gonna get back to the grind. Okay, so I went and changed my shirt because I know that I have a meeting with a community partner later today, and I wanted to make sure that I look presentable and representing the company, but we'll leave that part out of this video. I did want to share this really cute festive cup here. Apparently they're doing Mickey D's for life. Minnie trying to slow me down because I'm rushing before my next meeting. She's like, let me just enjoy my stroll. Look at these fall leaves, so pretty. Me trying to work. And then you got this sus over here. Casper. Casper. Hey everyone, so quick update. Look at the weather. I'm trying to get the lighting right so you could see. You see that? See that? Those are clouds. That is not the glare. Those are actual clouds. So it's cloudy. Also, here's an update on my nails now that it's nice and lit up. My feet were freezing, so I came upstairs to finish my workday. I am done with all my meetings, and there was really no need to be at the table, or at the table, at my desk, aka a table. So I am now in my room, under the blanket, and my dog at my feet so that she can keep my feet warm, and she loves to cuddle. But really quick, I just wanted to take a moment to come on here. I'm not one to want to get political on my channel or, you know, anything like that, but I am going to acknowledge something and why today is important. Today is considered Latina Equal Pay Day 2022. And for those of you who are in the loop and tend to keep an eye on these events, it's something that you're not alone when you started to wonder, wait, wasn't this celebrated in October before? It was. It might have been even November. I get the dates mixed up because they often do change. And then Women's Equal Pay Day is a lot earlier in the year because that encompasses all women. But specific to Latina Equal Pay Day, it almost didn't happen this year. And I have a really good article that I came across through Yahoo, ironically through a sports link. And I can insert it in the description below for those of you who are interested in learning more and why it almost didn't happen. And a lot of the reason why is because with the pandemic, I mean, unfortunately, we do live in a very macho-driven world. My household is not macho, but because I am the one that had the ability to work from home, I'm very much a mom that wants to be involved with her kids. I put my family first, and I would never want a job to come first, but also understanding I still have to be loyal to a job because ultimately they pay my bills and keep a roof over my head. But also understanding that being thankful and being loyal and being, humble is good, but not to lose focus of what we're worth, and to know and own our worth. I'm not sure why my camera is coming in real grainy. It might be the coloring of the room. Trying to refocus it, so hopefully it doesn't come out bad on YouTube because the pixels are going to be bigger. But anyways, enough about that. But just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge today, acknowledge that the reason why it almost didn't happen is because so many women were impacted through the pandemic because they had to either quit their jobs or work less hours and being home with their kids, but also understanding that it affected the Latinas that much more because we also have the situation of whether or not we're documented, whether or not we have the ability to have a job that even has a benefit that will let you take time away for your family or provide leave of absence or provide vacation pay, etc., etc. The list can go on for days. Bottom line is I'm here to just spread awareness, spread the message, do your homework, read about it, learn about it, so that when those of us are out here pushing, spreading that message, that understand if you are a fellow Latina of color, that you're not alone and we're here to continue to move and push that needle forward. I myself am guilty of this because I very much grew up with be thankful what you got, be thankful for your job. I've had people tell me, well, you have a good job, so what's the issue? That's not always it's easy to say that, yes. And yes, I'm thankful, but it's also understanding that when you go for that next job promotion, when you go for that next position, whether it's a position of power or a lateral move, understanding that if I earn that spot, why should I not get paid equal to my counterpart? That's what that's about. And it's sending that message that regardless of what company, that it should all be equal. Again, going back to this topic of conversation that everyone is starting to learn about: diversity, equity, and inclusion. And in my company, it's belonging, to make sure that you feel that you belong in this company, because the company is not only diverse, they're including you in the conversation, but they're also doing it in a equitable way where you're also being, you're holding them to the standard of, I feel that I'm doing the same amount of work, if not more, because sometimes, let's just be real, we come from this world of do what you got to do, right? So therefore, I want to make sure that I'm getting paid equally for those efforts. And that's what I'm going to say. I'm very blessed. I am very humbled in the work that I do and to be able to do it. But I also know that I've worked hard to get to certain places in life. And I think back, and I think when I start to think back about those long nights that I was at Starbucks, those long nights that I was at the boba spot, those long nights that I was at our local coffee shop, 18 grams, whom I don't blame them. You know, ever since the pandemic, they're not open as late. But I had, when it came to school, y'all, like I had their times in my head because I knew that I had to jump from A to B to C so that I can make sure to finish that research paper, finish that paper I had to do for homework. Because a lot of people, they only see when you're shining or that you've got this job or whatever the case is, but they weren't there to see you through those years and years and years that you were in school trying to finish that degree so that you can prove, because at the end of the day, the degree doesn't always get your job. That's just like the check box to say, okay, well, they committed to this and did it. But that check box took a long time to get done. You know what I mean? So I'm already well over time. Like, this is a long drawn out message, but this is my little advocacy, my little moment of preaching to the choir, and for anyone out here that's willing to listen. And this is me. This is my unapologetic self. But with that said, let me get back to work so that I can prove that, you know, my break time's over. Hey peeps, so you can't see me, but you can certainly hear me. And I'm gonna vent just a little bit. So I have a Frexmas dinner tonight, like I mentioned, a little potluck thing, and I signed up for 2 chickens. Because one, I knew I was working and I was gonna have a busy day, and I didn't want to have to be worrying about prepping a meal, you know, before heading to this event, which starts at 6. So, like any other person would probably think, I'm gonna go to Costco after work. I get off at 4:30, get there by 5, you know, freshen up and everything, get there by 5. I drive to Costco. I get there like about 5:15. Like, I'm already kind of pushing it, right? Because, you know, I had the kids and getting them all situated. I made them a quick dinner before I took off. And thankfully, my daughter, she helped kind of finish up the meal because I was getting myself freshened up so I can take off and just kind of, you know, change my outfit a little bit. And get to Costco, find a parking spot. That in itself is a chore. Get out, walk in, I grab my cart, walk in, and as I'm walking over there, I said, I'll be down, because this has happened to me before where there's no chickens. But the one time that this happened, it was like 7:30, almost 8 at night, and they close at 8:30, so it's, you know, no shocker that they don't make a bunch in the evening, like late, because they don't want leftovers and they don't want to waste. Like, I get that. But it's 5:15 when people are usually getting off work, going by to get their hot little juicy chicken for dinner. Y'all, I jinxed it. Literally, like, if I wasn't in a hurry, I would have vlogged this. This was like the perfect vlog story. There was 0 chickens. Not like there was 1 and then I'm like, dang, like I needed 2, but no, there was 0. They had the ribs, but it's a big group of us, and I'm like, yeah, I could get the ribs, but that's not even gonna be enough to feed like maybe 3 or 4 of us. So there is a Costco in Woodland, which is where my friend lives. So I already told my husband I'm gonna pick him up because he's at work waiting for me. And I said, we're just gonna have to chance it and hit the Woodland Costco, which is not bad because it's not far from where she lives, but it's just like, I'm still like appalled. Me using big words. Appalled that how dare they not have juicy, hot and ready chickens at 5:15? Like, it's the smack dab peak dinner time. Like, I'm so confused. So disappointed. Like, you go to Little Caesars, they got hot and ready pizza guaranteed between 4 and 7. You go to Safeway, they got hot and ready bread, you know, ready to go between 4 and 7, and it's guaranteed. Like, I think it's between 4 and 7 or something along those hours, and it says if it's not warm, it's like guaranteed, and if it's not warm, I'm not sure. I think you get it for free. I'm not sure if it's not warm, what happens next, but I know that there's something on their packaging that says guaranteed fresh. between 4 and 7 or something like that. So I'm just like, man, come on, Costco, step it up. Like, how dare you not have nice, hot, juicy chickens at $5.15?
I guess it's for the weather too.
Did you get the Christmas tree?
Oh, yes. And that candle you had last year was a whole lot.
You do it fast? That looks really fast. Or is that the new phone?
last year.
It's just a regular video. Oh, they're in a conversation. Déjame peinarme. No, it's already on. I can edit it. Don't worry. Edit, please. So we're here at the Frexmas party. Our lovely host, Kat. Say hi. Birthday queen. And birthday queen. We're gonna go ahead and close this vlog out because some of us had to be up early in the morning.
She's getting an award.
Go, Jenny. Estrella Award. Say hi for the channel.
I'm just inviting myself to the channel. We'll see each other in one of these episodes.
Yes. All right, we're gonna go. Bye.